out yet because it's been a very wet afternoon, but you must be grateful to have taken a point and a clean sheet at tough opponents.
I don't think it's just tough opponents. In fairness, it was just a tough day all round. I think that was as bad a conditions as I can remember a team playing in. For both teams, really, really difficult. It was really difficult with the wind, to be fair. The wind was so strong it was difficult. And then the rain lashed in the second half, that made it hard. So away from home, team that's in good form, that was, I think, terrific performance in terms of discipline, organisation. A couple of chances for both teams. I think Luke Gutteridge had two good opportunities for us. I think that the fellas knocked the ball across our box here. Someone could have got a touch off someone to give them a corner. Probably about the most of the chances, if I'm honest. But you know, to put on a performance like both teams in the conditions, I'm delighted. Yeah.
I mean, you must have had sort of some inkling that it was going to be like that today because the weather forecast did suggest it, and it's
We're
always
up north.
difficult, isn't it?
We're up north. Yeah, you know, but I say to the players, you've got to play games, all teams, all conditions, and all times of the year. And you know, that was a classic example of that because it was horrific conditions on a decent pitch, and the pitch was quite firm, which made the water lie on the top at the end. You know, I think that. You know, it was one of them. We was actually saying about 20 to go. I hope we finish this. Don't want to come back on a Tuesday night. But we got through it. Sorry?
You weren't the only
No,
one.
I know. So listen, I've got to be absolutely delighted with that. You know, and people have been saying quite rightly conceding goals and that. I don't see that. We did concede goals, but sometimes it just happens. You know, a while back I was saying we're not scoring goals. Well, we're scoring goals. We're not conceding goals again. It's 2 on the trot away from home. Absolutely delighted, but delighted for the players because the work rate and effort and organisation and discipline of the team was worthy of that against a side that's, you know, going very well itself.
Yeah, they've had 5 games on a row that they've won, haven't they? So, you know, it's great that the Luton unbeaten run carries on as well.
Absolutely. You know, from my own point of view, you know, the most important thing at the moment when you go and play games is get something from the game. You know, as long as your form is consistent, and our form is consistent, you know, sometimes you might play a game where you don't play great, but get something from it, and you're delighted because your general form is consistent. Well, our general form is consistent, and today, I thought our organisation, was absolutely first class. And you know, for both teams, I think if conditions had been better, I think there might have been a goal or two in it. I really do. You know, I think there might have been a goal or two in it, but it wasn't. And long drive back, but it's always nice to go back home when you feel you've earned something. And you know, some results for some teams not the best, so it's been a decent day for us. I'm really pleased.
I was just about to say the results elsewhere. You know, you've pulled a point back against the teams above you. It must be equally as pleasing.
Absolutely. You know, it's a long season. You know, it really is, and you know, 2 games that have gone against us this year. You know, in 17, I can't really moan. You know, about that. And even if I had them on to the end of last season, you know, we went quite a few games, I think, last season with, you know, decent results. So, you know, I think our consistency levels are very, very good. We're just lacking, I think, 1 or 2 attacking players at the moment. You know, Wally and is a bloke who's just hit a bit of form and been really happy with Alex Lawless as well. Just in them wide positions where perhaps it was a better of the pitch today. We didn't have someone in the team that could go past someone on the outside, you know. Sean can do that, Alex Lawless can do that. Unfortunately, 2 people in the same position, you know, is a little bit disappointing because I think today was a day where you can get it out to a wide man that can perhaps get at someone and go past them. Jake is a different player, you know, he plays out wide, he doesn't go past people, he keeps the ball better. But I think that little bit of width from either Sean or Alex today might have been a key for us. But it didn't, and it wasn't, and it isn't, and that's it.
What was the situation with Sean missing out today?
He hurt his hamstring a little bit in training. Not terrible. Just a bit where probably next week he'll be okay. But it's one of them things, if we try it today and it don't work, he's then out for 2 or 3 weeks, and I don't want to do that.
Because you had to make several changes, or you chose to make several changes last week. You've made equally as many changes this week. The team seemed to be settled though, 2 clean sheets.
Yeah, it is. You know, I think the team's settled. You know, we've worked really well. You know, Scotty missed out last week. To be fair, I think it was one of Scott Griffiths' best performances. I thought he was terrific at left back. I really did. So, You know, the back four I thought looked solid today. Worked really hard midfield. Paul Benson, you know, playing a lone striker in difficult conditions, terrific. You know, just all round. You know, it's. You know, when I always think when I don't believe sometimes there's a massive difference being away from home. I don't. I'll be honest with you. But I think that when you travel as far as we've travelled and we've played in the conditions that we've played, you know, us soft Southerners weren't too soft.